Okay, y'all, I have to tell y'all this. You're gonna be dumbfounded. So I decided to ask AI. After Africa was colonized with all those colonizers, and they took our kings and our queens and beheaded some of them, which some of the heads of our kings are still in Britain in their museum, that they still want to look at our kings of Africa. So I decided to ask AI, where are the lineage of these kings and queens of Africa? Their heirs, their lineage. Where are they? Who are they? Because Africa once had kings and queens such as King David and King Solomon. So where are our kings? They split our kings and our queens and they killed them. Where are they? So this is what I'm going to show y'all my screen, but I want y'all to see what AI said. Because see, now it's almost like white people can't hide where they put our queens and kings. It makes it so interesting that Trump declared that you can no longer use or name your child queen or king. Why? Almost sounds like when the king of the Jews was born and they went all around town trying to find him and killing all the firstborn because they did not want the king or queen. Don't it sound like a replay, y'all? Quit looking in the natural and look in the spirit. So this is what it says. You are absolutely right. Oh, let me show you my screen. This is my screen, y'all. So I'm going to read it to y'all. It says, you're absolutely right. During colonization, many African kingdoms were dismantled, leaders exiled, executed, or forced into alliances with European colonial powers. The royal bloodlines of Africa, however, did not vanish. In fact, many still exist today. Through their political power has often been reduced to ceremonial roles or completely hidden due to modern national governments. They're hiding our kings and queens, y'all. They know who they are. They just didn't tell us. They're hiding our queens and kings. So I asked, where are they today? And who are they? Many of the descendants of African royalty still live in their ancestral regions, though some are in the diaspora. Europe, the Americas, and the Caribbean serve as traditional rulers, chiefs and custodians of culture, often recognized by local communities. They're quiet about their lineage due to political and religious tensions, especially where monarchy is not formally recognized. Political and religious tensions, probably because they took our religion and made something else and tried to give it to us. These lies is, I'm flabbergasted. So check. So, okay, so Ghana still has their they still have their kings and queens rolling. Zulu, King Shaka Zulu, with regular King Misu Zulu is in South Africa, though it's ran by white people. But as of 2024, the current monarch, because they didn't want us having kings and queens. Do y'all hear me? Our current monarch, South Africa, is Misuzulu Kaswalitini, however you say that. Yoruba in Nigeria, okay, they still have theirs. Oba of Benin, Buganda. Okay. Where's the one I really want to show y'all was the kicker. Descendants Ethiopian imperial family, descendants of Emperor Haile Selassie, the Solomonic dynasty. Live in Ethiopia, UK, and US. One of the oldest royal lines in the world. Ethiopian. One of the oldest royal lines in the world. Do y'all hear me? Claiming descent from King Solomon and Queen of Sheba. That's in Ethiopia, y'all, the imperial family. That's not it. Examples of African royal bloodlines still live today. Ashanti Kingdom of Ghana, Zulu royal family, South Africa. We got to get the white people out of South Africa, or at least change the power and who runs our continent. Yoruba royalty in Nigeria, Buganda Kingdom. Dahomey, boy. Woman king, Dahomey. Royal line, Benin Republic. Descendants of Dahomey kings still live in present-day Benin, because that's where whites ain't allowed. I kid y'all not. Listen, y'all. I was telling somebody just 2 days ago. Hear me. Telling this black lady, you know, I'm letting my clients, people know I'm heading to Africa, blah, blah, blah. Well, one of my clients' mother is not married. She was some white dude. Big old 350-pound white dude, okay? He eavesdropping in on the conversation on the phone. So him with his white self over here in his American life, him with his white self tells me, oh, my white friend was in Africa last year and he got killed. Now I'm assuming he said that because he was on that Trump stuff about white farmers getting assassinated. But I'm like, why did he feel the need to tell me that? And I said, oh, well, he was probably close to Benin where no whites are allowed. Yeah, they end up dead. He said, I don't know. It was over there where all that stuff is going on. I said, oh, Burkina Faso in West Africa, like I said. He was probably in West Africa. That's close to Benin. So he was probably a little too close because whites ain't allowed. He shut up and quit talking to me. He quit eavesdropping on that conversation. See, Africa ain't America. And we don't care about you saying somebody white died. Because for 400 years, you haven't cared that somebody black died. So y'all can chop that up and kiss where the sun don't shine. Okay? While you hiding our kings. While you got they jars sitting in heads in museums. And now you watching us rise. And your empire's about to fall. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Okay. Then Africa's last absolute monarch, King Mswati III, reigns in full constitutional power in Eswatini. Okay, I already told you about Ethiopia, Buganda. Restored, okay, King Solomon Mwanga II, restored as a cultural monarch in 1994 in Bunyoro, Kitara Kingdom, Uganda. He was restored as a cultural monarch in 1994. Why is he a cultural monarch and not a king? Ethiopian imperial family. Here we go, y'all. The Ethiopian imperial family. Prince Ermias Selassie, born in 1960, grandson of Emperor Haile Selassie, serves as a president of the Crown Council of Ethiopia in exile and lives in Washington, D.C. area. Did y'all hear that? I'm going to read it again. This is the Ethiopian imperial family. Prince Emperor Haile Selassie, grandson of Emperor Haile Selassie, serves as a president of the Crown Council of Ethiopia, in exile, and lives in Washington, D.C. area. Prince Yokshan Dawit Makonnen, born in 1978. Born in the U.S., is second in line and part of the extended family working across multiple countries. Okay, now Uganda, Princess Elizabeth Nantali Mulando, granddaughter of Dadi Chwa II, is a public figure active in modeling and politics. Okay, now that's not all my research. Now, and that's not all of the dynasties. That's not all of the kings and queens. We're missing some stuff, but I'm going to keep on with this and see if I can locate some more information about our kings and our queens of Africa. Okay, y'all, I'm so sick. I'm so sick. So these are the heads of some of the kings they beheaded. Okay, Ifi, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right, from Nigeria, king of Nigeria, in 1938. Bronze heads of Yoruba rulers like Uni of Ife, or chiefs, were unceremoniously excavated and transported to British museums, displayed throughout 1948. 11 heads were cast in plaster for display. Originals are now mostly back in Nigeria, though casts remain in London. Skulls of colonial resistors. Across the British Empire, skulls of Africans who resisted colonial rule were removed and sent to institutions as war trophies and anthropological specimens. Manji Meli, a Hihi chief executed in 1900s, was sent to Germany. Many similar heads remain in German museums. Though I did hear yesterday, y'all, Germany sent back a bunch of heads back to Louisiana that they had, that they were experimenting on. They sent those back recently to Louisiana. So thank you, Pope Leo. Your message must have been powerful, that people are deciding to right their wrong on how they have done and still do black people to this day. The Hebrew Israelites, the chosen people of God. Okay. So again, for y'all that's claiming you Christian and you know church and you love God, don't let that come out your mouth. Do not give praise, not one more time, until you look at your people and look what you've done. Look at the thoughts in your head. Look at what's in your heart when you look at black people every day, when you out and about, knowing that we put all this USA together so that you can come and enjoy your little old prissy life. That's all races and cultures that's here, except for the Native Americans. Atinya Nia Tere, a Kenyan resistance figure, was beheaded in 1902. His skull was sent to Britain. Insurgent remains include Zimbabwean guerrilla fighters' skulls, have been on display at the Natural History Museum in London until recent repatriation talks. German East Africa skulls in German East Africa. They got specific, didn't they? Over 1,000 skulls, mainly from present-day Rwanda, Tanzania, and Namibia, are housed in Berlin's Prussian Cultural Heritage Foundation. These include remains of resistance fighters and genocide victims. How lovely. And they want us to buy their products, come as tourists, fund them. Yeah. UK reports Calls for repatriation. UK reports recently urged banning public display of African ancestral remains and called for their return. Okay, UK. Germany and other nations are also under pressure, of course. Duh. With some returning items like Kibwe Man skull to Zambia in 2026 negotiations. That's next year. You got to negotiate to return a dead man's head back to his land. You got to negotiate that. What is the negotiation about? What are you negotiating? Did you own that man? Did you buy that man? Did you repay his family anything? I don't understand. And you want to negotiate next year? Okay, somebody needs to be slapped. I'm so done with this. These people. These people. These people. These people. These people. Okay, y'all. So I asked that where are the 12 tribes of Israel today? And this is what it said. Okay. Ethiopia. They wrote it as Beta Israel. Ethiopia. Beta Israel, Ethiopia. Often linked to the tribe of Dan. Officially recognized by Israel and largely repatriated. B'nai Menashe, India. Manipur, Mizoram, claimed descendant from Manasseh. Several thousand have immigrated to Israel under the law of return. B'nai Ephraim, Telugu Jews, India. A small community claiming descent from Ephraim, practicing Judaism. Samaritans, West Bank, Israel. Considered descendants of Ephraim, Manasseh, and Levi. Maintain separate religious tradition. That's weird, because the Samaritans, why is that there? Why is that there? And I say, why is that there? Because we've been lied to so much by colonizers. They done rearranged so much stuff. This is the most ignorant. Because you know in the Bible, Jesus, the Samaritan woman says, why are you asking me for something to drink? Jews don't talk to Samaritans. So how is this the West Bank and Israel considered descendants of Ephraim? It's considered descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel. That's a discrepancy. Okay, the Igbo Jews in Nigeria. Some identify with tribe of Gad, practicing Jewish traditions in Nigeria. Limba, Zimbabwe, South Africa. Genetic studies link many Limba and Kohanim, Levitical lineages, maintain Israelite-tinged religious traditions. Israelite-tinged religious traditions. So Zimbabwe, South Africa, Levitical lineages. That's Levi. Okay. Pashtun tribes. Afghanistan, Pakistan. Some clans claim descent from Ephraim and Manasseh, display cultural parallels such as Sabbath-like customs. Other speculative groups such as Afghan Bani Israel, Kashmiri tribes, Druze, and others have either folkloric or speculative claims. Now, what about Reuben, Simeon, Issachar, Zebulun, Asher, Gad, and Dan? Academic and rabbinical consensus holds that many of these tribes were assimilated into other nations, possibly absorbed into the southern kingdom of Judah prior to exile. As a result, Jewish people today are generally descended from Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. Okay. Okay, y'all. Y'all gonna have fun with me tonight because I'm at work, so I'm just doing some research, okay? So I don't even know what I typed in, but I was looking up why the white Jews being displacing black Jews. So this is what AI says, y'all. So yes. Oh wait. Modern humans, Homo sapiens, originated in East Africa roughly 200,000 to 300,000 years ago. All people on Earth, regardless of skin color, descended from early black Africans. Okay, this includes Europeans, Asians, and indigenous peoples worldwide. The earliest humans had dark skin, adapted to strong African sun. You can tell I've been in the sun. I've been getting my tan on. Y'all feel so good. Lighter skin tones developed much later as humans migrated into colder, less sunny climates like Europe, where vitamin D absorption was more difficult with darker melanin. And from my understanding, it was Esau who left and went to a colder place where he could not get any vitamin D. And that's where they met in the Caucasus Mountains and the Nephilim began. So I find it odd that there's all this anti-blackness, but they so ding-dongy. People don't even do their own research about their own identity. They stick with culture, and that's it. So for all of y'all that are anti-black, you're anti-against yourself. Ding dong. I said ding dong. That's crazy. But yet they, see, that's why they be all up on us. Because it's really like they trying to come home. Come on, baby, you just want to come home. They just want to be black again, that's all. That's why they fixated on it. It's something in them, they can tell. They missing something. They just don't know what it is. You missing your melanin. You missing your melanin. This is so crazy. This is, and that's fact. And they still hate black. And that's why you got all these people trying to bleach their skin and look like something they was never created to be like. That's so crazy. And here we are. Lord, what you gonna do with humanity? They done completely went against God. Reading this. Because not only did you go somewhere and turn white, like the Minions. You see Despicable Me and the Minions, they get shot up with something and all of a sudden they turn blue and their hair get crazy. Okay, now these people that went somewhere in some mountains and turned white. And turning white wasn't good enough, right? So then they start want to turn gay. Now we ain't going to be white. We're not just going to be white. We're going to be LGBT. It used to be gay. It used to be bisexual. Now it's LGBTQ. And that wasn't good enough. So they said, oh, now I'm going to be half man, half woman. Oh, now I'm just going to be nothing. I'm a pan. That all came from Esau when them people decided to leave and go up in the mountains. And they came across something they didn't expect to meet up in the mountains. And now they down here giving everybody hell because they done turned white. Now what kind of foolishness is that? Okay, y'all. This says, so where do white people come from? It did not give the full correct answer. It says as humans migrated out of Africa over tens of thousands of years, groups in Europe evolved lighter skin, hair, and eyes and colors due to natural selection, vitamin D deficiency, isolation, code for they was up in the down mountains, and environmental factors. This process took thousands of generations, but it didn't make them a new species, just a visually different variation of the same human race. Now, who? That ain't the full truth, y'all. But they say that where white people came from. That's what it said. I guess maybe it's against critical race theory. I don't know. What about the ancient Israelites? Here's the hard truth many don't want to say out loud. The original Israelites of the Bible lived in the Levant, Canaan, Israel, Palestine area. Palestinian, that's at war right now. And looked like other Afro-Asiatic peoples. Brown skin, often resembling modern-day Ethiopians, Eritreans, Egyptians, or Yemenites, more than Northern Europeans. The shift to predominantly white Ashkenazi image of Jews, which my ancestry DNA said I have Ashkenazi Jew in me. As Jews spread throughout Europe and intermarried with local populations over centuries of diaspora. Ashkenazi Jews, Eastern European, and Sephardic Jews, Spanish North African, are still genetically traceable to ancient Israelites, but their appearance has changed due to geography and time. Now, my ancestry says I have Ashkenazi Jew, that's Eastern European, and I told y'all before, that must be my great granddaddy. That's the white man. My grandmama daddy was a white man. We don't know nothing about him, except for what I'm reading on this screen, which means he must have been of Eastern European descent. So I got that much about him. And he must have had Ashkenazi Jew in him. That's all I know about the white people. My grandmama side of the family. So the bottom line here is, so what's the truth? No, white people did not exist at the dawn of time. All humans come from black ancestors. Yes, the ancient Israelites were people of color, not Europeans. So with that being said, how is it that the white Jews are the original Hebrew Israelites? Don't make sense to it. White Jews today did not steal Jewish identity, but rather are the result of diaspora, evolution, and adaptation. Diaspora. That's me. That's you. That's us who came over as slaves all over the world. We are the diaspora. So you're saying because we left and evolved and adapted, we have white Jews. So, because we went in the mountains and turned white and came back to Israel. Right. The real harm came from systems that erased or downplayed black and brown contributions, used religion to justify slavery and oppression. That would be the Bible. Ignored and suppressed African spiritual legacies. The soul of America. Yeah. Real interesting, y'all. Should spend some time with ChatGPT.